All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Valcomer. I am joined by Hoku tonight, though she is going to be off camera, and she also just ran to get some water. I suppose I should turn on my little overhead lights so I'm not quite as dark for you. Tonight, we are going to be watching a match between the Nine Avatarra and Rolling Thunder. This match was played 3 days ago. That would be Tuesday night, and had no broadcaster, so it was in the pool for me to snap up. And it was the only match that did not feature either myself or Hoku for this week that showed up in the replay cast availability. So it seemed the obvious choice. I I looked at the results earlier in the week. I don't actually remember them. So that'll be good, right? Um, Snow Glare, I don't know how to run any predictions, but if you would like to, that sounds great. That would be awesome. But Hoku, I believe I've heard you are back. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Sorry, everybody. I want to test out some of these buttons here for a second. All right. Perfect. So, while we don't know the score and we don't know who is first pick, what we do know is what the bands are. That was a very cool thing that I noticed in the downloads. Is not only do they have 3 folders showing the maps, giving you some spoiler-free replay action as a broadcaster, it also has a little text file that says which team banned which map, which I think was pretty cool. I don't know that there's a way to tell us what the bands are, but I like the map bands. So if we can eventually get to the hero bands too, that would be even sweeter. But I don't know how to do that. So, all right. Are you ready, Hoku?
I'm always ready.
Always ready. We're gonna flash the NGS Rewind poster. Thank you, Arrow, for doing that one for us. And then we're going into the game. So here we are. Oh, wrong button. Return to game. I just wanted to unpause. All right. Our blue team is the Nine Avatarra. Hoku, I'll go ahead and introduce them, and then we'll have you introduce our red team. So, Ska on the Lucio, Peanut Butter on the Tychus. We have Genghis Khan on the Anubarak, Shaybar on the Blaze, and Maharba on the Thrall.
Over the red team, we have, I can't see, they all standing on top of each other. It looks like Grizzly 64 on the Vala, TZ Chop on the ETC, VOM on the Tassadar, Grizzly 64
Is the Vala.
on the Vala. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, they're literally all standing. B-Man on the Hogger, and Just Garbage on the Malfurion.
All right. Ooh, which team gets third turn in is our first prediction. So go ahead and use your zoning Stormbolt channel points on that. If anybody sees me accidentally fast forward, yell at me. I use that when I'm doing coaching replays. I don't mean to do that when I'm doing replay casts, but sometimes I do. So we see some control of the bushes there, or the rotation by TZ on the ETC. Anything that's standing out to you as far as talents, Hoku?
It looks fairly standard. I'm interested in this 4-man fall actually going, looks like Echo the Elements rather than either Crash Lightning and Trolling Thunder, which you see more often.
So I still really like Echo of the Elements because of it giving you that lower cooldown and second, or not lower cooldown, but lower mana cost and second charge. I think you get quite a bit. Ooh, dive in on the Vala in the bottom. The red team of Rolling Thunder did get the camp, but the rotation not quite fast enough. Oh, and we got a 5v4 here. If ETC had landed that slide just a little sooner. Oh, fantastic route by just garbage, and that means Blaze is going down. One that I think is a little interesting is we have Neural Stim Pack rather than Adrenaline Stim Pack, which is so popular for the off lane. Both of them are great talents. I don't think there's a problem there, but just generally we see the orange Stim Pack more than the purple one.
Usually it's that if you need to do a lot of rotations because it gives you better wave clear, or you're going to be doing more camps. So if you're afraid of getting rolled on, like just did, or if you're up against a high damage dealer offlaner, which really aren't in a hogger, you get value from the shield. I also see a lot of people go a full tank Blaze. Maps like this where you're not doing a lot of rotations, so your wave clear is good enough as it is for these things.
Oh, Anubarak's so low mid. Less than 30 health.
I will say, Just Garbage is hitting some gorgeous routes tonight.
Oh, as you said that, Just Garbage just got another one on Peanut Butter's Tychus. So getting a whole cannon tower mid with this camp, we do see that both teams are incredibly even. The rotation here as far as gems turned in. Oh, the carpet was just a little too slow there from Mouth. But big experience lead for our red team of Rolling Thunder.
One thing I do notice is the blue team is very short range, every single one of them, and they have a dive tank, even though it's not a dive comp. I'm wondering if that's going to make it a little difficult for them to endure in some of these pokier fights.
And Anubarak did take the Burrow Charge range and damage at level 4 also.
Right.
I know Nine Avatarra have really liked having that triple frontline style, so I'm interested to see how it works out. We do have level 7s came in for both teams. Rolling Thunder is very far ahead on that. The rotation on the Hogger, so he is taken out. That'll be a free clear here in bottom lane. Rolling Thunder is using it to move forward in the top lane. Most of that wall is gone. Oh, Grizzly, you were so far forward. Super close on the route once again. Big dive by Genghis Khan, but so low in health, and he does go down.
And the top lane is the priority lane on this map, so I do think that Rolling Thunder made the right choice in this case to just let them free clear mid or bottom and push for the top ward.
So a couple schools of thought there. Top is definitely a priority lane, and because of the boss on this map is often seen as something you got to take first. Michael Udall used to talk about the idea of, well, if you just take bottom and you just get it, like how much value is that going to give you throughout the game if you just have an early turn in that yields a fort? I know that Zanehide often talked about the idea of you want to push middle so that you have control of the map, because whoever controls the middle can control the turn-ins, and you eventually push towards that top fort, because teams are so naturally aggressive to defend that fort.
So in other words, every lane is important here.
It just depends on whose philosophy you want to subscribe to. I don't think either of them discounted the top lane. They just felt like people were so natural to defend it on the first push that you could get more value from the first push in other lanes. Now, Rolling Thunder got over half of that fort, so the value is certainly there for them.
Well, they did get a lot of the mid fort too, so that was already taken down by that first camp they had taken. I don't really see Rolling Thunder doing much to stop Nine Avatarra from kind of having their way with mid at the moment.
So mid has been cleared. 10 actually getting locked in for Nine Avatarra first. Zool Rules saying in the chat, so the most valuable lane is the lane your opponent doesn't value. Big 4-man mosh here.
Oh, that's a mosh pit.
The Twilight Screen going out. We saw Tassadar pop the Archon. Oh, the Shockwave catching the Thrall, who was almost out otherwise. So,
nice job, Ethan.
Nine Avatarra did maintain a fair amount of gems there for losing 3 people, but that gives a massive amount of control here to the side of Rolling Thunder. Now, Hoku, has your team played either of these teams yet this season?
Yes, we have played Nine Avatarra. We have not yet played Rolling Thunder.
Ha! That's funny. We're the opposite. So Hoku is on Macro Machines for anybody out there watching who may not be familiar. I'm on Counterpick Stupid. We're both teams in C West. I'm the C West analyst. Hoku is the C East analyst. But we both play in C West this season.
Got stuck on an island and taken down.
TZ got a little too far in, tried to get fancy with the spices. Unfortunately paid with their life there in the channel between bot and mid lane.
Neither team has enough for turn in, so we're going to have to give donations to the team. I guess this is the time to do it.
I didn't pay attention to how many gems that ETC might have been holding.
It was definitely more than the 15.
So, Rolling Thunder, when we played them, had a very aggressive stance in all 3 games. They actually clobbered us pretty good in game 1, and then we came back and took games 2 and 3. I think I've actually cast 2, maybe even 3 of Nine Avatarra's games now, just with how things have lucked out. And they definitely like that triple frontline style of sometimes it's triple bruisers, sometimes it's tank double bruiser. In this case, you could say it's officially double tank, though Blaze kind of strides the line.
They usually do have a fairly aggressive front line, such as Barak.
And the turn-in is going over to our blue side of the Nine Avatarra. So I believe that is our 3rd turn-in. So Zool Rules will finish out that prediction. Anybody who predicted the Nine Avatarra would have the 3rd turn-in, you are going to win the extra channel points. Assuming anybody voted against you.
So we see, well, I guess they're splitting up now. We had originally seen Rolling Thunder grouping a bit, but now it looks like they're going to split to defend. Looks like there's a hard bit mid.
A lot of pressure mid. Bottom, they get the rest of the wall.
I don't know if that's right, though. It was mid.
Slide on Barak, but he's just able to walk away.
As someone who plays the offlane, I always appreciate having the port there.
Big dive onto the Tassadar. Lucio's getting targeted by the tower. Tassadar is going down.
Yeah.
Oh, and the mosh pit with the Rain of Vengeance and the Twilight Screen. Just so that everybody knows, I realize it's not called Twilight Scream, but it could have been. Oh, Hogger getting rotated on now.
Oh, no, he's got the unstoppable. He's Hogger. He's fair and balanced.
Fair and balanced. You know, the last 3 heroes introduced all have unstoppables. Hogger, May, and Deathwing.
Yeah, this is true.
So the red Weeb Weavers over here for the side of Rolling Thunder. Mid fort is going to go down, so we see a huge commit here in bottom by both teams. Odin coming out already. You see the Weeb Weaver pounding away, summoning up that big purple wave. Cocoon's out. Anubarak dove in. Man, he was low. He does get away with just a fraction of health. Shockwave. Oh, Anubarak got so low again. Genghis Khan, be careful.
Yeah, Anubarak is really good into mage comps, but it looks like the Vala did go down.
So the scary thing here, everyone was able to see, but look at that top wave ripping down the wall. Even mid wall's going down. So this defense in bottom still gave up the bottom fort, but also caused the top wall to be gone and some of the top keep. So that is permanent structure damage.
So one thing I noticed when they all came up to defend there, Anubarak and I couldn't see who the other one was. I think it was Thrall. Were attacking the big spider, but Titus was attacking the baby spiders. When you're defending against a spider push, it's the babies that actually do the majority of the siege downs. Oh, nice root there that stopped Anubarak from coming in. So you generally want to try to clear up the babies even more than the big spider a lot of times.
So we see a gem deposit by our side of Rolling Thunder here. Except TZ. TZ wants to hold their 7 gems, dang it. So 16s on both sides. We really haven't been talking about talents a whole lot, but I think probably the biggest surprise is the Vala punishment rather than taking the Manticore. I realize she's in a multi-shot build, but Manticore is very popular, particularly against something with so many beefy forward bodies.
True. Also, didn't see the Tassadar take the percent damage on his either, so that's another one.
Executor's Will. Full Resonance Beam, Spell Power.
That's one you don't see very often, I think.
I think the last line is very powerful. This effect lasts as long as Resonance Beam remains at full charge. I don't know that I've ever seen that talent.
Yeah. You do have to keep hitting things. It's kind of like keeping up Vala's future stats. And do assume that means we are going to see Twilight Arcline to win.
Oh, we see a boss ping. We see a boss ping. It looks like Rolling Thunder moving in for that boss. Here we go. Blaze is all the way in bottom lane from Shebar. I think Shebar, you just turn in at this point. Take the free turn in and use that to defend the boss. I actually wouldn't have mind seeing Nine Avatarra potentially take the mid fort. Oh, Anubarak getting a little far ahead. Does get blasted. Can the Tychus get any kills? I don't know. The Vala's getting run down by the Lucio. Lucio is so low here. The Mosh. Oh, does Hogger sniff it out? He does!
Yes!
So this is a scary moment. Yes, they lost their healer, but they've got the boss. They've got the camp and decent sized wave in mid. I don't know that they finish the game. But if they get this kill, they might. Holy smokes, Shebar, you are playing with fire.
And Taswall, and that's a dead Blaze.
He seems very much alive at this point now, getting a bit of health going. Rolling Thunder going for the damage here on the core. It is going to start taking permanent core health, 90%. Peanut Butter trying to hammer away from the south with that Odin. 60%. Oh, that shockwave. 57%. Down goes Tastar. Down goes Anubarak for the counter kill.
I don't think they finish. Nope. Not to Odin.
And the chase that Lucio can provide.
Yep. Let him OTZ. I think she made a mistake there.
Storm Shield came out from the ETC. Oh, don't worry about the mouth. He doesn't have the gems.
Yep.
And Lucio goes down for the chase.
Yep.
Shaybar, you got to turn in, my friend. Just turn in. Clean up that defense. Buy your team time for 20. Turn in, Shaybar. Please. Alright, well, B-Man's going to turn in. They are only one gem away on the side of Rolling Thunder for having another turn in.
But Shaybar's turning in top, so this should...
I'm glad you heard me from the future, Shaybar. Change the past. So, this is a rather scary moment still for Nine Avatarra. 43% of the core has been taken down. Now, it is regenerating shield, so it will regenerate still 50% on that shield, but oof, what a scary moment.
So they should be able to get, I'm guessing they're going to get all 3 forts. Oh, maybe not.
I don't know. Mid's getting destroyed for that wave.
Yeah.
They definitely get bottom. They've got to be careful about a head-on confrontation.
Right.
But nobody told Genghis Khan that as they rotated aggressively. So they will get top if they go and dive after it, and that will help alleviate some of the pressure going from having a constant catapult disadvantage to only have a semi-constant catapult disadvantage. So they could go, if they go mid now while Rolling Thunder is dealing with this top lane. Oh, Thrall, Elemental Momentum. This is a talent that I don't see very often. I'm excited for it. I hope Maharba gets all sorts of value. I hate the talent. I think the design is poor. But they're able to perform a hit and run on that. I think they've got to fight.
It looks like you're going to get your wish. Genghis Khan is certainly looking that way.
Come on, Malfurion doesn't have a cleanse.
Well, that's a tricky choke point to fight into, though, especially against a Tassadar.
They have Sundering. What do you mean? Wreck some faces with that Sundering, web wrap the Tassadar, and kill the Malfurion.
It's not the Sundering upgrade. It doesn't make the giant chasm all the way across the map.
I know. World Breaker would have been awesome.
Yes.
Tripled against heroes. I don't know, man.
You're still not on that talent, I can tell.
Yeah, I had to go look at it again. So Infinite Archon just getting some work done.
Yeah.
Good disengage by the Anubarak, but this is going to be scary. They needed to fight before the tournament, and so I feel like Nine Avatarra is a little bit in a death wobble moment here. Tychus uses the Odin. It is not Big Red Button. It is in fact can do this all day, which is one of my favorite talent names.
Interesting.
So they've now killed the Web Weavers. Web Wrap on the Tassadar, big stun. Oh, the screen comes out though. Anubarak's down. Tychus barely getting inside the Hall of Storms. Lucio goes down. Bala's very low. Blaze dropping the bunker. And they have defended this, it seems, but they gotta be careful not to overchase. They do not have a healer.
They're also having damage going in on the bottom heat now, so we have to clear that.
Yeah, the keep's gone, but they will hopefully save their core.
Okay, the core's safe. Question is, does somebody go run for the boss? Let's bait it out.
If I'm Nine Avatarra, I just look for the turn in here.
Well, they're trying to look at the boss. Is there going to be a bait? Well, they're starting the boss.
You just don't have a healer, and you've been revealed.
I'm surprised at this. And
oh, backdoor. Backdoor.
That's the
Rolling
call.
Thunder, go core. Rolling Thunder, go core.
The Thrall stop taking damage. They're going to try to finish the boss. Oh. There's Cocoon.
So
There's
1% has gone down on the core. 8%.
Oh,
The boss was not finished.
no. Blaze was thinking about it, though. There's the Mosh. There's...
Mosh interrupt, but Tassadar is still going.
Yep. And that Infinite Archon on the core is going to... Yep, there it is.
So well played for the side of Rolling Thunder. I mean, well played by both teams, but Rolling Thunder got the victory. So, all right, I'm going to bring up my controller here. We're going to add map tomb, won by Rolling Thunder. Yeah, I agree. At Zula rules, they needed to drop the boss immediately. We've kind of already talked about the surprise talents. I feel like we had full W build. We had the Executor's Will at 16, and the Storm Shield, which you don't often see at level 20 from ETC. He's one of the few heroes that have the base original Storm Shield still in the game. Most of them have been updated in some way, but ETC still got it. To switch over to stats here, not a super high kill game, 7 to 12. But big damage coming out for Vala, 20,000 almost over the next person. The second person was actually Hogger, on her own teammate. So well done for the side of our Rolling Thunder winners in game one. We are going to come back to the webcam solo for a moment while I try to figure out this next one here. So this has been, we're going to cheat for a second. This has been so far game one of Nexus Rewind. Or sorry, NGS Rewind. NGS Rewind. So my name's Valcomer. My co-host, who is being really quiet right now and letting me be obnoxious, is Hoku. We are both in C West, which is where this match comes from in Nexus Gaming Series. And Hoku, I'm going to let you take it away for a moment while I am finding our next match. Or next map.
So once again, we're looking at a series played 3 days ago between Rolling Thunder and the Nine Avatarra. Some of these teams look like they're pretty evenly matched. They're roughly in the same tier in the standings at the moment. Both teams are known for playing some very interesting comps, speaking of which, looking at these comps. So it's almost fun to play against and to watch these teams play because you never know what you're going to see in the draft at all.
All right, well, we have our next game has loaded. It is Garden of Terror. Let's see, I want to push this button to show the maps. We don't know who picked it yet. And this button to go into the game. All right, so our red team I will introduce this time. We have Just Garbage reprising their role as Malfurion. B-Man is the Blaze, TZ as the Diablo, and Grizzly64 again on that Vala. And up here we have Vom on the Malthael. Malthael, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, who is our blue team?
And our blue team today, we have looks like a switch here, because we have Ska on the Lucio, Shybar, who just kind of wandered away, I believe was on the Czar. He's on
Shybar was the Blaze.
Oh, okay, Shybar was the Blaze.
Genghis Khan was the Anubarak.
And Genghis Khan is now on Sonya. So we have a triple bruiser comp with main tank Misha. Go get it, Misha. Good girl.
And we have Fat Andy, who rotated in. I don't remember seeing their name in the last game.
No, that was definitely someone coming in.
Oh, whoa. Big rotation using the Lucio boops and speed. Vom goes down. Now,
so, yeah, I do like Alphil on big maps, but it's very big.
And I know that Maharba, that Rexar is one of his signature heroes. So it's always great to see Rexar. Not a hero that's huge on the popularity charts for Heroes of the Storm. Used to be a bit more popular, seen as niche on a few maps, but I know Maharba plays them well, so I'm excited to see them bust that out for this triple bruiser game. I think a lot of times it's actually main tank Hogger, but Hogger's played by the offlane from last game, so maybe it is that main tank Misha.
He's a good girl.
So right now we see the experience lead again favoring the bruiser team of Nine Avatarra. So
we basically have two triple frontline comps with a hyper carry Zika and a hyper carry Bala. So
well, it is spiders Nazeebo, so they might just be a hyper carry.
Yeah. So this will definitely be an interesting matchup. One thing I do notice about the team
Oh, Shaybar.
is,
Oh, Shaybar.
again, well, it's harder though. He's perfectly fine. They're
That
balanced.
unstop was super well done because that grass was growing.
That was. Is you do see a lot of really strong engage tools on the side of the blue team. You have the Misha charge, you have Sonya's, she could go leap. You've got Hogger, both of his heroics are excellent engage tools. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in some of these team fights post 10.
So Nine Avatarra is grouping up a little bit faster here. Vala's still coming down. To note, Grizzly64 did take the Q build this time rather than W build for the Vala.
Which does make sense because you can't get those initial hero hits because all of the objective fights are far from lanes, so you're not going to be hitting minions, you are going to be hitting heroic targets, unless you happen to get behind the little garden.
So right now we're seeing a big minion experience lead for the side of Nine Avatarra. They are coming into level 7s first.
And they're also taking their camps a little bit slower, which is probably why we're seeing minion experience lead. I like the timing on this Bridger camp bottom, because as that seed spawns in the top lane, the
the Diablo flank, Fat Andy.
Oh,
barely onto the grass.
Yep, that's good timing for that. That takes some of the pressure off so Blaze can deal with the camp bottom.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Nine Avatarra. They gave the first seed, and so now the second one's in a tough timing for them also. We are getting an ad break going. Twitch does run ads. We don't have a way to stop that entirely. And it seems that we have hit our second ad run.
So this is something interesting once the ads come back, is I'm seeing Maltail at level 4 took the trait town. That's not something I see very often on Maltails. I can see it working.
Lucio going down again, that carpet placement.
Yeah, just garbage. It's been really good with those roots tonight. Both games so far.
Perhaps just Garbage's signature hero is Malfurion now that we've seen that twice. Oh, B-Man, you might be in trouble. The body blocks the Misha charge. The body blocks the spiders, and down goes the Blaze.
That is Blaze's biggest weakness, is he's pretty tough, he's pretty hard to gank, but he's really easy to body block. He's got a huge hit blocks and no way to get out of it.
And jet propulsion loses to everything. If one of the other characters sneezes, Blaze takes his jet propulsion the other way.
And terrain does bizarre things. So jet propulsion is almost as bizarre as Diablo's Q sometimes.
So 10's coming up on the side for the Nine Avatarra. We did see pings coming up to this top camp, so it looks like Rolling Thunder may be opting to give. Though TZ is here, creating a little bit of distraction. Alright, first seed claimed for the side of Nine Avatarra.
But there's going to be, well, interesting, they're not pushing the camp they just took, so somebody's going to get free clear top.
Well, and this game has been super even so far. We see a little bit of experience lead for Nine Avatarra. We have an additional seed for the side of Rolling Thunder. But kills are even, structures are extremely even. Oh, B-Man barely gets this camp before the invade comes in. So they back off once they see that claimed. All right, so this seed positioning is favorable for the side of Rolling Thunder, it being top right, and they having a nearly complete wall and much closer access to their fountain. Oh, Sonya's deep. TZ's here. Oh, big stun.
No,
We see
I
the
think
lightning
that's
breath. Wait a second.
not-
It's not last rites.
What? Oh dear. That turned quickly.
Yeah, the Tormented Souls made sense when they popped it to use it, but had it been last rites, the Sonya just would have been dead. So that one surprises me a little bit. I'm not against Tormented Souls. I actually think Tormented Souls with Anna is absolutely bonkers. But
And actually, with any spell power boost, it's quite good. I've seen it used well with a variant with a spell power banner.
well, and maybe Innervate with the cooldown reduction. I don't know.
Sure.
Nazebo has not yet finished his level 1 quest for corpse. Let's see, Widowmakers for the corpse spiders.
Right.
So they are stacking rather well with their baseline quest of Big Voodoo. Voodoo Ritual. Sorry, Big Voodoo's a talent. Oh, what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Oh,
The Sonya knows. Oh, big silence. Lots of stuff used here. Oh, the Sonya's in a little bit of trouble, but those high fives bringing her right back up. Whew.
And she still had leap that she could have used either as a finisher or to get out at that point.
I was really anticipating we see the leap on the Tormented Souls, but it was not meant to be. Ooh, big fight here. It looks like Rolling Thunder is giving, which surprises me a little bit.
Yep. Oh, he in some trouble. I don't think he gets out of this with a bunker.
Oh, those body blocks. So, I think, okay, I was going to say, I think you send one person off. Shebar is that one person on Hogger. Hogger's a person too. Just because he's a null doesn't mean he's not a person. But bottom fort, it's toast. Hogger getting the cleanup mid, and that garden tear just didn't last. Now did it? But
well, we do have decent clear, but this bottom one is going to be tough with that. I believe it's still a camp. Yes, there's a camp still there as well.
Yeah, the wall is gone.
Yeah. So it looks like they're all coming into defend now. They cleared up the other lanes, so here comes Smallvale. There goes Smallvale.
But still, literally half of the keep has been taken.
Yeah.
All right, not quite literally.
13.
Nearly half the keep. I was wrong because I've got the value up on screen.
And it's only level 13, so that bottom lane is just never going to recover.
Ooh, TZ's looking. TZ's looking. TZ's hungry for some Hogger.
There's a Hogger.
Oh, they backed off.
Not the easiest game target.
Sometimes it's about sending a message, Hoku.
This is true. But you generally want to send a message to someone who actually will receive that message.
Ooh, Sonya sharking. Sonya sharking.
Oh, the PZ's there. So Sonya better leave before she has tables turned on her. Sonya has no interest in it.
Oh, Misha. Survive, Misha. Poor Misha. This is animal cruelty.
Really, well, I mean, it's an unstoppable bear. That's pretty darn good. So one thing Lucio does have to be careful of, though, is he can't really save someone if they get caught in the sleeping roots, because he will be rooted going in and get slept going in. And one thing to note, if you cleanse the root portion of Malfurion sleeping roots, you still get slept.
It is a 1 second unstoppable, so if you get out in time, you will not. But if you stay there, you will.
Yes.
So So 16's locked in for the side of the Nine Avatarra. Rolling Thunder playing safe, rotating very cautiously up to clear this top lane. Zebo getting a little bit of free siege. Oh, is this our spiders finally finished? There it is, Widowmakers.
So he's going to start doing a ton of damage.
Oh, look at that lightning breath. With the big screen.
Pay for it? Might pay for it though. No. The bunker came down. I think blue team needs to leave now. They've lost two.
I think blue team agrees. They lost 1.5 heroes. They're out.
Yep.
A seed has been planted. It will sprout.
So
All
blue
right.
team does. Oh, dear.
Oh, big root onto the Lucio,
That
but the
was-
Malfurion pays for it.
So both healers are down. This could still be the seed for Rolling Thunder. They do have a player advantage at this point, and Blaze and Diablo don't need a healer as much as some other frontliners. They both have a good deal of self-sustaining and a huge health pool. So I do think this is going to go over to the side of Rolling Thunder. Oh, it looks like Nine Avatarra have something to say about that. Nope, they got it. Oh dear, there goes the Blaze.
Blaze was 10 seconds away from bunker.
Well, they also did a really good job of body blocking him with terrain. There was a zombie wall there, there was a loot board there. So,
Now, Hoku, I know you play a fair amount of Blaze. I know his first name is Miles. What's his what's his last name?
Davis!
I don't know that it is Davis. Is it Davis? Because that'd be fun.
I don't need to know this. I play a fair amount of Blaze, but he's not really a lore character per se, so it's not something that I...
He has well-established lore. There's an entire paragraph about him in the game.
Oh, wow. My goodness. I was not aware of that entire paragraph.
In an
So.
entire... No, it's Miles like Blaze Lewis or something like that.
It should be Davis. In my head canon, it is Davis and will always be so.
So in the description in Heroes, it tells you that, the answer, but I can't remember. Alright, so still relatively even as far as structures and kills. Oh, Lucio goes down.
He's getting caught out. I'm surprising amount for this.
Oh, Grizz makes it in the bunker. We see the Gargantuan committed. I don't know that you need to clear the Gargantuan. You literally can just walk away. And after they clear most of the health, then they walk away.
So it looks like Suda's going to get the top fort kind of for free, which will help a little bit, but they will need to...
She's also going for the sneaky camp invade here.
Oh, I like it. It's fun. Oh, Aldo sees her. No, he doesn't. He's here.
So we've now evened up the forts in bottom lane. Structure advantage still goes over to Nine Avatarra, and they are zooming towards 20. Rolling Thunder needs to take a fight now or cool their jets.
I think they're going to get 20 right as the next fight breaks out. So, and there's no reason to fight over the sea. There's really nothing on the map worth fighting over at this point.
The core.
I think. Oh.
Just kidding.
Yes. I think the smart play is to let them have that play for the 20s.
Yeah, even if it was third seed, you can defend the terrors. You can't defend if you're dead.
Yes.
Zool Rules says the core's not on the map. So we've learned that the core, while displayed on the map, is actually hovering just over the map. New piece of Heroes lore just in from Zool Rules.
Was it a hologram? So 20s on just on the cusp for Rolling Thunder. Are they going to try to take a 2020 fight?
So we do see Vile Infection We see No One Can Stop Death. We see Fortified Bunker. Life Bloom, which gives Malfurion a much needed burst heal. The Hellgate from Diablo. More vaults for the Vala, who did take Manticore this game, by the way. I think I already mentioned the Vile Infection. My personal favorite level 20 for Sonya, Ariat Crater. Is this Frenzy of Kalimdor? Frenzy of Kalimdor and No Control. And Super High Five, also known as Mixing Fire, which I don't feel like Mixing Fire is a great name for the talent, but okay. You could have called it like Slap Happy or something. I don't know.
You like Slap Happy. Jazz Hands. It should have been called Jazz Hands.
He doesn't play jazz music though.
Well, he doesn't play bossa nova either. So
Oh,
this
the big
is
leap.
quite a chaotic fight. We've got Diablo on an island. We've got
Sonya on an island. Oh, big stun on the Nazebo.
Yeah. Oh, does Nazebo pay for this? Oh,
He took
there's
Ice
the
Wall.
Ice Wall? Oh, but
I mean, he still dies, but
going
so did
down.
Malthael, so did Diablo, so did
So-
Blaze. Oh,
Blaze.
this is big chase with the Lucio. Big chase with the Lucio. No control on the Malfurion.
That's
This
what
is a
best.
scary moment for Rolling Thunder. I think this game is going to Nine Avatarra right now.
It does look like that. I don't know what a lone Diablo can do against that. Now, no one's stopped death means that Malthael is back, but oh dear.
Diablo is dead and he doesn't have souls this time, having just recently used them.
Alright, do you have Hellgate to get out of that crater? Is my question. Or
So
have you
Nine
already used
Avatarra
that?
punching through right now.
Let's go, Tormented Souls! Oh,
Tormented Souls really is doing great, but Mixing Fire just removed that healing. And down
Yep.
goes Malthael. Now with no defenders up, they're not going to finish it before Blaze gets up, but they'll definitely finish it before it can be stopped.
right. That is A2 going over to Nine Avatarra. So, in the Battle of the Front Lines, it looks like it was still a fairly low kill game. It's pretty hard to kill some of them. Most of the deaths that we saw were people just getting caught out completely by themselves. It really wasn't until that last team fight did we see a full bloodbath going on.
Game 3, here we come. We're going the distance, my friends. All right, again, talents didn't seem anything too strange. We did see Blaze take the Adrenaline Stimpack this time. Oh, Incinerator Gauntlets. Intriguing.
What's standard? No, that's standard Blaze build these days for offlane Blades that allows you to do more damage to minions and mercenaries, so it dramatically improves his already strong wave clear. You don't see the tank Blades, there you usually see larger oil dispersal, but that is fairly normal for the offlane Blades.
All right, we're going to come back to our NGS Rewind poster. Thank you, Arrow, for that.
Wow.
NGS Rewind. So, for any of you who may not have been around or may not remember, NGS Rewind was a program many seasons ago. This would have probably been like 10 seasons back. NGS Season 7, Season 8. Arrow was a very prolific caster at that point. He used to take his Sunday afternoons and he would just chain replay cast. I think that season Arrow probably set a record in NGS. If anybody has beaten it, that would amaze me. But Arrow was so high. He had something like 100 counts of cast, which is just nutty. For reference, this is my 6th cast this season. And so for Arrow to make it in a 10-week season to 100 casts was very impressive. All right, let's try loading this up again.
Was that a 10-week season? I believe it was, so that would have been almost 2 casts a weekday.
Well, because he would chain them on Sundays. It was so many casts. He would have Sundays where he would do like 6 to 8 casts, and he would pick up some casts during the week. So it was a lot of fun. All right, well, we have our last game loading, and we'll have it up here in just a minute. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me take you to this screen. Boom. It's going to be Cursed Hollow. It's loading now. So we've got a split series going on. We got the Nine Avatarra at 1. We got Rolling Thunder at 1. And now our game is loaded in on Cursed Hollow. So, Hoku, I have paused for a moment, and let's see, we're going to come this button here. Haha. We pushed the right button, folks. Gotta celebrate the little victories. But Hoku, will you introduce our blue team?
Blue team, we have Mahaba reprising the Rexar, Ska once again on the Lucio, Fat Andy on the, I'm now Carsick, Fat Andy on the Falstad, and we have Genghis Khan on the Sonya once again, and we have a Shaibar on the Dada.
And will you introduce our red team of Rolling Thunder?
4, 3.
We have TZ Chop. She is once again playing her ETC. We have Grizzly 64 on the Vala. We have B-Man on the Hogger again. We have Vom on Tracer, interestingly enough. And they must have banned that Malfurion because Just Garbage is playing Rhaegar.
So again, the triple bruiser frontline style for the Nine Avatarra. And we see double auto attacker on the side of Rolling Thunder.
But also thing I noticed, we have 2 globals on the side of Nine Avatarra, and this is the map for it. If there's ever been a map for globals, this is the map for them. Oh dear. Tracer might be in trouble. Oh, she's Tracer.
Yeah, I feel like the triple bruiser style is going to struggle somewhat into Tracer because yes, all 3 of the bruisers on the side of Nine Avatarra have stuns. That is true. But none of them are fast, and essentially all 3 of them are telegraphed. Sonya's is the least telegraphed. But they're all skill shots. They're all difficult. And so keeping that Tracer locked down is going to be a bit of a problem.
True, but again, with Triple Bruiser, how many of them are terribly worried about the Tracer? Now, Falstad could get hurt by it. What talents do we have here? Where did Falstad go?
Falstad is not Lightning Rod.
Okay. Or auto attack. Either which can be good into the Tracer.
Yeah, I feel like the Hammerade is the most difficult choice into Tracer. Sorry about the big yawn there on stream, folks.
Shaibar showing that Siege Giant is boss.
Reverse amp her to help land stuns. I like that because most people would think of reverse amp just for the damage dealing portion, not the slowing portion.
Yeah, the slowing portion is the base of the reverse amp.
Can't this Hogger go side to side here perfectly? I mean, top to bottom seems to be working just fine, but can't you go side to side without it breaking?
Fair and balanced.
Fair and balanced. Ooh,
if
here's the most useless set of statistics I can show you because look at the APM. Tracer peaked at like 900 for a second there.
That's when she hit all 3 blinks with the fractions.
Oh, Sonya goes down.
Yeah.
I would like to see Rolling Thunder just siege here. We gotta get this wave down.
Well, that's one thing with Tracer. She does not have great earth wave there, so they're getting actual better value out of bottom, I think, top at this point.
They're on the second cannon tower halfway. They did not keep up in top lane with the bottom lane, but mid lane they also got a cannon tower. So likely overall, Rolling Thunder still won that trade. They have now finished the cannon tower, though bottom
they
lane
lost
9
half the
Avatarra
fort.
has now gotten about half of the fort. So now I will amend my statement and say at this point 9
And there goes
Avatarra
Falstad.
is winning the trade.
Falstad just flew top to help push back the top push and to hopefully get a few stacks on there. One of the reasons why you would want to push the lanes that they are pushing is essentially the boss lanes for each team. So
Absolutely.
if you get that fort down, your boss will be running straight at a naked keep.
But my math teachers will be proud that I know that a full fort bottom is greater than half a fort top.
I would have to agree with your math teacher. So they were kind of looking for something, but ETC thinks the better of it. Rhaegar drops the totem, just make sure that Rhaegar did go totem at once, so he can relocate that totem. Now they're going to try to finish this off. Oh,
Ska's in trouble. He's getting
Luthio's
run
trouble.
down. Oh, Tracer's probably out of blinks.
Yep. Yeah, if Misha can get a paw on that Tracer. Looks like they're just going to call it a draw. She does not have pulse bump charges. She used that on Lucio, so.
One day I dream of having a cameraman or woman that handles all of my camera movements so that all I have to do is chat.
Well, see, the problem with having me do it is being an offlaner, I will always be focusing on the least interesting aspects of the map.
I try to bounce around a bit more.
Oh no, you do fine with the camera work. So that fort is still barely clinging to life, but I think it goes down here. Well, unfortunately, no, it does not. They went to fight over the objective. Unfortunately, Dahaka canceled his channel, thinking he was going to have to dodge ETC thing just as Lucio moved him. But it looks like we're going to get that uncontested now. Bottom, we see Falstad and Fogger kind of playing footsie down there.
So our ults for our blue side of the 9 Avatarra, we see Release the Boars, we see Leap, we see Shield Wall, no, not Shield Wall, Shield Nova, Sound Barrier, there we go. We see Gust, and we see Isolation. So I feel like if they can land a crowd control on Tracer, she can die. But I do think she's going to have just a wonderful time pestering.
That she is. And Gust on this map is so good. You have so many things for you. It's so many little narrow corridors and corners you can gust people into. If this game does make it to 20, I do think the team with the double globals and having the Falstad, that's
Hogger's super low there.
He has to back.
So right now, I've got the damages up on screen. You can see Tracer is 2,000 ahead of the nearest person already. The sound barrier comes out. We do have the curse channel just in time.
Oh, E-Man's in trouble.
ETC's in trouble next. But, oh, Falstad falls to the... Oh no. Lucio got just one tiptoe into that. Yeah, Tracer is just going to clean up.
Yeah.
They can't get away from her. So Tracer in that fight, at the beginning of the fight, we said she was 2,000 ahead on damage. Now she's 6,000 ahead on damage.
Yeah. And no deaths. So she is doing just fine. And Vala is actually not far behind her at all. So one thing is, although they do have triple front lines, so they do have higher health, they don't have a lot of damage. Hyper carry Falstad Q build is not a ton of damage. Definitely not a ton of burst damage until he gets stacks late game. He is at 36 stacks, which is not horrible, but I just don't know it's going to do too much into the event. I was thinking that we might have the advantage late game with their crowd control. Oh, Falstad, you break with Toaster. That's too
It was
early.
just a little too early. But
Yeah,
if it gives his team time to get here.
this is true. There's the
Oh,
lead.
big
Oh,
Ancestral though.
that was huge. And now
Hogger
Falstad's
with a great
dead.
slap back. And
Yeah.
Tracer's just starting to eat damage away.
Yep. But they get the boss. Tracer might live. Nope.
Tracer
can stay down
didn't
by the
live,
Lucio.
but
And that's
this
a problem
boss
with an
bottom
aggressive.
is wailing away though.
Yeah, it is. I'll have to deal with that. And that's only their first tribute, so that was a lot of fighting. This is a lot of value.
Kills do pay dividends, but kills are most impactful in the late game, not the early game. They're also the most impactful in the off lane, which is why my team has ambushed Hoku a time or two.
Just a time or two. So the interesting thing though is
Oh, the cavalry's charging in here.
Yeah.
They're not 16s yet, but man, they want this.
They
Oh,
are
solo
two
mosh
levels
the
ahead.
Misha.
Poor Misha.
ETC's in a bit of trouble here. Isolation hit on the ETC there.
That was a good cleanse though. Rhaegar was right on top of that isolation with his purge.
I think if I'm the side of Nine Avatarra, I ignore this fight for a moment. It is not that important. I would rather find a way to chip down this bottom keep or catch up on experience, something.
Yeah, they did take it back to just a level behind, but I don't know what they gained from winning this fight.
The tongue on the ETC, but the Ancestral hits. We just saw the
Yeah.
Rain of Vengeance. Leap goes in.
Here goes
Sound barrier.
Hogger is doing Hogger things in the back line, walks away completely unpunished. There's a good lick on the ETC. Rexar pays for it with his life. Can they get the Tracer?
Genghis
Yes,
Khan
they can.
spinning away.
There we go. So now, but Hogger's gonna have something to say about that. It was licked, but Hogger doesn't care. The silence misses. So blue team just has to leave now. There's really nothing they're fighting for here except.
I don't know. Rhaegar's out of mana. If they can get that next Lucio heal, I really like this idea. Does Hogger or does Dahaka? Yeah, he has Brush Stalker back up, so. Falstad had flight too.
Okay.
Bottom keep fell. Oh, everyone.
Okay, so they're not quite 16s yet. So you want to be a little careful. You don't want to lose somebody.
Falstad's going back for mana. You deserve that mana, Fat Andy.
You need it for all these cubes.
Up to 59 on the Q stacks now.
Yeah, they're going to start hurting. But the thing is, they'll start hurting the Hogger. I don't think they'll be able to hit the Tracer and follow that.
So double building advantage at bottom's pretty big. Oh, you gotta be careful. That slide's scary. Ooh, good burrow away. Tracer got stunned.
Oh, but there was no follow-up.
She still had to use 2 blinks to get out of it though.
Then
Oh,
there's the
Shockwave hits 3, but
just kind of pushing ours to pushing ours at that point. Okay, now this seed isn't important.
seed.
So, not true, sorry.
It's okay, I call the seeds tributes all the time.
You have to go to, there's a tongue missing. Garden of Terror and Curse and Follow are now kind of interchangeable in terms of strategies. The biggest difference.
See, I know you said Cursed Hollow, but I heard Curse of Hollow, which made me chuckle.
it could be that too. Okay, they're looking to start. Oh, he's wanting
Wow, that was the last millimeter of channel time.
Yeah.
Poor Misha just getting shot in the face.
Yeah, well, she's a good girl. She can handle it. Oh, there's the Mosh. And then Gus to disengage. That's good. Yep, we've got the Zapper. Here comes the counter
Oh,
engage.
this shockwave. Sonya
And
got slapped
Rexar-
out of her spin. Misha's going down
Rexar
next.
did get the channel out of it, though. So
Well, then they need to be in full retreat mode so that the Tracer doesn't run them down.
It is speed this year, so he was trying to get them out. That's
Bottom fort's going down, but
Tahaka's got it.
Tahaka cleans up, but that's a lot of damage that Rolling Thunder desperately wanted. Hi, Rock.
Yep. All right, let's see. Oh, are they going to try to catch the Tahaka?
No,
But
they are going for the boss because Sonya's dead and they're closer to 20.
And Falstaff may have Gust back up in time. This big kind of tight timing here. He's looking for a Gust location, though.
Tracer is no longer the top hero damage of the game. Vala has taken over by a fair margin.
Here it comes. And, oh, he got right into the stun. Oh, dear, that was purely impressive timing. Misha goes down.
No gust steal. So,
Yep.
in case everybody is wondering, you can gust from the safe side and then barrel roll.
Yep. He just happened to roll right into a stun. That was just unlucky.
Red team.
Now, the good news
And
is
now
they don't have
20s.
a... Yeah, well, the good news is that's only the second tribute for that team. So they do have some time to clean up a bit.
They're looking for the top boss. We saw them pings.
Yep. Well, I mean, Falstad's dead for 3 seconds. He'll be able to fly in. He does have Gust, but let's see if he... Oh, it looks like we're just going to give it.
They've got a clear bottom, and if they take this fight down 20 and lose too hard, they'll lose the game.
Yeah, that's a smart play. Just let him have that. But that boss is going to be pushing on their keep while the tribute number 3 is up. So that
You gotta give the
could
seed
be
too.
time.
Give that
Yeah.
tribute because
Yep,
you
have
can
to.
survive a curse, but you can't survive a team wipe.
Nope.
And they're so far away from level 20, just barely about to get level 19. They do have a fair pressure here, and I actually don't think they probably needed all 5 to clear this, but it's fine to save as much building health as possible. So we see
Well,
the
that
team of
is-
Rolling Thunder charging in bottom. Is only one cannon tower, and it's not shooting because it's cursed.
So this could determine what happens if the red team, if Rolling Thunder gets a successful match here, this could be game.
So this
You
keep,
have to catch the false stab, because if you don't catch the false stab, you'll just gust disengage.
Has destroyed a fort.
so they're
So,
19 and a
how much
half. They're being very careful. Only 20 seconds left on this curse, so this isn't game ending yet. Ooh, big,
No?
big slap there.
Each bear
Misha
gets taken
Bear.
out. 1 second left. Okay, the towers are coming back on, so red team is backing off.
You realize its value, yes?
So we do have a bit of time before the next tribute becomes available. And red team can just slow play out as long as they need to. There's nothing terribly threatening on the map right now. Most of their lanes are pushed back out. They can safely take camps. They have vision
We
control.
do have wind tunnel though. That might finish the game.
It's wind tunnel. Well, false start positions correctly for it. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Oh, red
I
team
would have
doesn't want
liked
it.
to have seen Nine Avatarra be more aggressive there. They had the vision and
Yep.
could even see that there was people in other lanes.
Yeah, the tracer wasn't there, which is been the big one for them. So.
Oh yeah, I
looks
didn't
like
tell you, but Rock said hi.
Hi, Rock. We get to face Rock end of this month, so that should be a fun matchup.
We
It's always fun
faced
to play
Rock
again.
on Thursday, and it was an extremely long match.
I've been on the receiving end of those from Rock before, so I used to, let's see.
Every
Gets
map
out.
was long.
Ponder is perfectly safe and bounced hero. Yep, they're just slow playing it. There's absolutely no need to force a fight at the moment. Oh, are they going to do this though? They're looking at it. They're eyeing it. Oh, they're coming in for a big mosh. This could be a huge mosh. And there it is. Oh, there's the gust. And the sound barrier.
Gus is a low enough cooldown, like they just needed to back up at that point. Oh, the contagion hit 3.
Yeah.
It's Death Mosh.
It's ancestral.
Double Ancestral's huge there.
Yeah.
Up 2.5 people down. There's no
Yeah.
gust for 30 seconds.
Well, that's their entire front line. Even though it's 2.5 people, they don't have the CC in the front line anymore.
The Tracer Pulse Bomb hit all 3.
Yep. That looks like it's going to be gaming.
So, good game for both teams. Congratulations to Rolling Thunder. This is all she wrote. We saw great moments for both sides in both games, or in all 3 games, excuse me.
That was a very, very
And the
well
death
played
metal.
match.
And the death metal. Game
I
summary
have to
screen.
say, I was very impressed by Just Garbage in all 3 maps. His roots on Malfurion were excellent. Those Ancestrals with a double Ancestral were very clutch. Malfurion and Rhaegar are 2 healers you don't see quite as often, especially in Div C. You see a lot of Anduins, a lot of Bitewings.
Wait, did you just say we don't see a lot of Rhaegar? Rhaegar's one of the most popular heroes.
It did see. I guess because they analyze C, I don't see it as much as folks do, because most of the Rhaegar players in the West. But it's nice to see some variety in the hero picks and not just a constant stream of Anduins and Brightwings.
Yep. Well, I think that there's one of the beauties of being in Division C is that we get to see just more variety overall. You know, we've got one very large division, excuse me, with both C East and C West being massive. C East has 14 teams, is that correct?
13.
13. For some reason I thought C East had one more team than we do in the West, but yeah, both.
I think it does 14. I should know this.
The 2 largest divisions in the league are both Division C teams, or C divisions, and we see so much variety between heroes. I'll have to run Stats of the Storm and talk about it this week, but I would be surprised to see how many heroes are actually left. I would think there are in fact very few.
So I will say, looking at the stats, that although Tracer got the lion's share of the kills, Vala did extremely well, 0 deaths, and she did have an extra body to stack that W off of, since they did have Bishaber as well as Rexar there. So it does look like Vala just was popping off late game. So that
Yeah.
that back line really showed its stuff there.
Well, my friends, we're going to bring it to the webcam solo here for a moment. We're going to be wrapping up and creating a raid to someone I'll be able to find here in just a moment. But Hoku, do you have any shout outs before we send ourselves off?
First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to co-cast with you tonight. And I would like to shout out both teams that we featured tonight, Nine Avatarra and Rolling Thunder. I think both teams played excellent matches. It was fun to see to go to a 3-game series with those interesting comps. Any shout out you have?
Just shout out everybody in NGS. Div C is the best, particularly the West, and it's great to be a part of it. And I think we have a lot of fun out here, and so I'm very thankful for that. And my traditional shout out is going to be, hi, Mom. All right, so we are going to take you to see Vespertine, who is apparently the number 4 GM right now out there. So that is going to be our raid. They are the first channel that popped up. But thanks everybody for being here tonight. I really appreciate the chance to cast, and thanks for C-West for being so exciting. A lot of times I do extra games on Fridays, but as you heard, I was yawning a lot already, so I'm going to take the chance to cut out early. But go enjoy some more Heroes of the Storm action over with Vespertine, and have a wonderful night.